honoring your dad and what it means for your dad to also share his wisdom with other people. My father couldn't be here tonight, and I don't even call him father unless I'm being sarcastic, and I say, Father, can you come here? But I am daddy's girl. That's my dad, he's my heart. I always say that my dad never had a son, but I was the closest thing to it. So I know how to fish, I bait my own hook, I play sports, I was that boy, so to speak. But I kind of wanted to shift the conversation a little bit tonight. I have my uncle and my cousin here, and I'm so going to try not to bring you guys to tears, but I want to recognize the different men that we have in our lives who are not your biological fathers, but who play a major father role, a major dad role in our lives. My Uncle Rich, who's here tonight, my love of R&B music comes from him. My dedication to my job and to paying myself first before I pay anybody else. Knowing that hard work will yield all kinds of different fruits of your labor. I learned that from my Uncle Rich, and I thank you so much for that. Then try not to cry. Your presence in my life. I remember my father's mom got really sick, and I had to move to Baltimore City. I was the only person in my family that could do so. We knew she didn't have long to live, and I made the move. It was a Friday night. I was on the Eastern Shore in Maryland, and I went to go see my grandmother. She was in Baltimore at the hospital, and the doctors and social workers came in and said, if nobody can stay with her, we're gonna have to put her in a nursing home. My grandmother wasn't having it. She was never the kind of woman to be like, oh, okay. No, Miss Lee wasn't having it. So I said, okay, well, I can step up to the plate. I'm going to do this. And I did that. And my father was so grateful for me taking on that role of granddaughter and caregiver. And there were moments where my grandmother didn't remember who I was, and we'd be in the house together, and she'd say to me, I don't know who you are, but thank you for being here with me. My dad and I had many conversations on the phone where we were crying because, obviously what's going on with his mother, but also because I was his girl who stepped up and was able to let her go in peace the way that she wanted to. My Uncle Rich, I remember I called him on several occasions, feeling completely defeated, not knowing what is my purpose here and what am I doing, and this is absolutely heartbreaking to see. And him telling me how proud he was of me, and that, Marcy, you're doing great things, girl, and you gotta be strong, and I'm here for you anytime you need me, and you've always been there for me. He makes the most amazing rice and eggs. If you don't know what rice and eggs is, I'm really sorry for you. He makes amazing rice and eggs. And it might sound weird, but nobody cooks tater tots and french fries like my Uncle Richie does. Nobody does. So I want to take a minute to recognize you as being another dad for me, because I would not be who I am today to be able to stand so strong for the many kids that I also work with. I work with kids who have mental health issues and are in crisis more times than not. And being able to go to work every day and say, okay, no, it's not about the paycheck. The paycheck, sure, it's great, it's cool, but the job itself, you're here to do something for other people. Just like I was there for my grandmother, just like I continue to do every single day. You've given me that strength to remember that it's bigger than me. My cousin Derek is also here tonight. Derek, thank you so much for your support in coming. My cousin Derek, I remember when we were kids, and it was me and my cousins. Derek used to be like, okay, you guys want to come with me? Yeah, Derek, we want to go with you. We get in the car, we go to Delaware. He told us one day, we're gonna go to the beach. So we put on our bathing suits and we're all excited, and yeah, we're going to the beach with Derek, it's gonna be fun. Derek took us to Six Flags that day. We went to Great Adventures. And I don't know if you guys remember, but this Great Adventures in New Jersey, when you first entered in, there were animals everywhere that were kind of free range, no real limits other than your car doors and your windows. And I just remember we had so much fun every time Cousin Derek wanted to do that. Anytime that I'm facing personal challenges in my life, I call my voice of reason. My cousin Derek has a very, very level head. And he's always there to give me that piece of advice that that I need, or, Dee, what am I missing here? And he said, Sella, you gotta take care of you. You gotta make sure that, you're doing what you gotta do for you. You always be kind, and if there's ever a conflict, you make sure that you are solution focused. And I think that that's such an important lesson to learn in life and to carry with you, no matter what the conflict is, whether it's in a relationship with boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, girlfriend, people at the office. This is such an important thing is, okay, this is our problem, but what is our solution? Where are we? Are we solution focused right now? And that was something huge that I had learned and was able to take from you. Thank you. I meet a lot of kids every day who don't have fathers, whether they passed away or they're simply not there. Mom and dad don't get along. We all know that there are many different reasons that go behind that. I can't help but stand here and feel completely blessed that I've had so many amazing men in my life who have been able to teach me these lessons, that school is important. Have faith in God. You can reach for the stars and reach for the stars and beyond that. Another one of my cousins who is also my cousin Derek's brother, he plays another dad role in my life, my cousin Chris. Chris is always saying to me, Stella, come on. Or he calls me a fat kid because we both love snacks, we love to eat, and that's our thing. But Chris is another one. He teaches me how to be calm, how to be kind, to be patient. Good things will come. And then the other father figure that I really feel the need to address is a retired New Haven police officer, and that's my Uncle Rob, who is down in Florida, so he's obviously can't be here tonight. My Uncle Rob took my siblings and my cousins and I for summers at a time because my parents had to work. My parents were very, very hard workers, and they had to keep a roof over our heads. So in the summertime, we went to Uncle Rob's house. And I remember when I was a kid, some of us, I should say, some of them, didn't have rhythm. And I remember we were trying to learn how to do the Tootsie Roll and the butterfly, and Uncle Rob was saying, all right, now squat down. And we just looked at him like, you want us to do what? We're girls. We're girls. You want us to do what? But teaching us how to dance in those moments, these are things that I never forget, is how to be fearless. And so what, you're a girl. You can do it just like anybody else can. Do what you got to do. Another man who taught me about working hard. But most of all, what all of these men, what my dad, what they've all taught me is the power of family. The power of family, community, tribe. That's my family. They're part of our community, and they've helped to build me up to the woman that I am today. My cousins told me, well, Mars, you stand up in front of people and you command their attention and keep doing what you're doing, and you're doing amazing things with these kids and with your public speaking. And this is what fuels me to keep doing what I'm doing every single day, is because of, yes, the women in my life, because Mom, Grandma, I did not forget you guys. But the men in my life, the dads in my life, the many dads that I am blessed to have. As with any family, you have a lot of conflict that goes on in parents and children that don't see eye to eye. And that's something that happened with my family. And it was very important this past Father's Day for me to remember the dads that I've had, the many dads that I've had who have helped to shape the person that I am today. I know that you guys go through your own struggles. I see that. And I want you guys to know that while you don't hear it every day or as frequently as I wish that you could hear it, thank you for being dads in my life. You guys are amazing men. The speakers that have been up here before me, amazing men. Thank you so much for teaching these girls and this young man and these children that you work with what it means to have a dad. Not everybody has that. I worked at Journey House, which is a locked residential facility up in Willimantic. And these are for girls that are all on parole. They're DCF mandated to be at this program for a minimum of 6 months. And, you know, this was my first job ever working in mental health. So I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, okay, so they talk about boundaries and this and that and this and that. Okay, well, okay, I don't really know what that means, but I'll figure it out. So these girls, they cry. They're homesick. It's a normal thing. One girl was sitting on her bed one night and she's crying. And my first reaction is, why is she crying? What's wrong? Why is she crying? Staff says, no, just let her cry. But does anybody know why she's crying? No, just let her cry. Well, if you know me, you know that's not a satisfying answer, and I'm going to do this my way. So I kind of went around about and I said, I'm going to find out why she's crying, because no kid should have to cry by themselves. So I go to her and I say, hey, what's going on? She's crying, she's sobbing. She's finally able to tell me, Marcella, I'm going to discharge from here in a few weeks, and I'm going to graduate from high school. And there's going to be a photographer in the room, and they're going to be snapping pictures of people with their families. And they're going to come to me and they're going to say, would you like me to take a picture of you and your family? But Marcella, who's going to be there for me? And she sobbed. And of course, I started crying with her. And I have to thank God. My grandfather, Carl Levy, my grandmother, Alvina, my other grandparents, Eunice and Robert Lee. Thank you all for giving me the gift of family, and for me never having to be in that position where I had to wonder who was going to be there for me. Thank you all for making sure that these kids don't ever have to wonder that question as well. I thank you all so much for being here tonight. A happy Father's Day to you all. And thank you to my other dads for being here tonight and supporting me.
Love you.
I appreciate it.
Is this an awesome event we're having?
Yeah.
Celebrating these fathers? Awesome. So let's